So Eric Adams,
he's in trouble.
Is in big trouble.
He's in big trouble.
And so when he was running for mayor of New York City, and we are very likely going to have Diana Morales come back on the podcast.
Oh, she was great. She was great. And that went all wrong.
She did well, and then she got sabotaged in a big way.
It went wrong.
And we were also supporting Andrew Yang, even though he clearly is corporate, but he's not corrupt. And there's a difference.
There is.
I remember people on the left, from the top of their lungs that they could shout, especially New York progressives, rank Eric Adams and don't rank Andrew Yang. How'd that work out? That worked out really well, didn't it? The first mayor in the history of New York City to be indicted. Isn't that amazing?
Do you know what that said? Do you understand how filthy he must be to actually get an indictment against him? Because they're all filthy, but for every rat you see, there's 50 you don't. But so if there's enough evidence, and by the way, the feds, they don't make mistakes. They don't make mistakes. If they have it, they have it.
As bad as things were under Ed Koch, as bad as things were under David Dinkins, and as bad as things were under Bloomberg, and even under de Blasio, they never got indicted. That never happened.
That's insane.
But
what
Eric Adams hasn't been in office for just over half a term, and he's already indicted.
Do you but I just to me, I can't even wrap my head around what it takes to get one of these people indicted, like how filthy he must be.
And Donald James is right. And you do like Oliami.
I do like Oliami, except for she is seemingly kind of she's out there for Kamala, and that really bothers me.
She's definitely Democratic Party adjacent.
And that's
but she's been on Eric Adams from day one. She's like, I saw through this.
Absolutely.
And she was right. But good old Mr. Mayor had a statement he just had to put out there today.
Adamant.
Oh, yeah. They're coming for him because he's standing up for you.
Yeah, that's why.
My fellow New Yorkers, it is now my belief that the federal government intends to charge me with crimes. If so, these charges will be entirely false, based on lies. But they would not be surprising. I always knew that if I stood my ground for all of you, that I would be a target.
What a martyr.
A target I became. For months, leaks and rumors have been aimed at me in an attempt to undermine my credibility and paint me as guilty. Just this past week, they searched the home of our new police commissioner, looking for documents from 20 years ago, just 1 week after he joined my administration.
They must have had pretty good reason to do that. What do you think? They're just wasting their time?
Right. They're just all sitting around trying to come up with a way to get you.
You know, one thing that I think a lot of people fail to realize, and this is sort of like the example that a person high up in the labor movement told me when it came to Jen running against Wasserman Schultz. He just said, show me $1 million in the bank account. It's like, yeah, we want to get these filthy people out. But if you come for the queen or for the king, you can't miss. You know how many levers are at Mayor Adams's disposal to ward off any type of these investigations? The fact that he's been indicted, it's almost like they have an image of him with a gun shooting somebody. Like, that's how, guilty he's got to be. The mayor of New York.
Well, and really, all you need to know is the conviction rate for the federal. I'm losing my for the federal attorney's office. It's all you need to know is their conviction rate. They're like 99%, 98%, something ridiculous.
What is that in Rikers?
It's not like state court. It's like state attorneys will throw everything at you. They'll throw everything at you. They'll end up with some sort of deal, some sort of plea, and it's all just about raising revenue. The feds, if they bring a case, they're winning.
And it's almost too perfect because
they've been investigating him the entire time. I guarantee you they've been investigating him 10 times longer than he knows they've been investigating him.
Yeah. And there was probably chatter behind the scenes when he was running for mayor that you might want to drop out.
I bet you anything they have wiretaps. They have they have him dead to rights on whatever it is that they've got.
Yeah. Next thing you know, he's going to endorse Trump. By the way, they asked President Biden what his thoughts were on Mayor Adams. And he said, I don't know. Of course
he doesn't know. He doesn't know anything.
Well, that's true too.
Enough. I will fight these injustices with every ounce of my strength and my spirit.
So then how can he be mayor at the same time? If that's what you're spending all your time on, fighting charges, which is why probably people will ask you to step down. Now, my understanding is that Hochul can take him out of there. She can replace him.
I know we haven't covered.
I don't think she will.
I know we haven't covered the Diddy story yet, and that's going to happen eventually. I just don't feel the need to.
The which story?
Diddy.
The Diddy? I don't,
Yeah.
and I have no interest in that. That could be your own little
Could
pontification. I have no interest in
Colin,
talking about Diddy.
if you have the picture of Diddy and Mayor Adams together,
No.
you know, you might want to.
I have no interest in talking about Diddy.
So-
None. Couldn't care less.
Mayor Adams decided that he was going to make a public speech today, and that didn't go over so well.
New York saying that this is not a black day. This is not a black day. This is a youth day. This is a youth day, Eric Adams. This is not a black day. Your policies are anti-black. You are a disgrace to all black people in this city. The things that you
What does it say about the people that are surrounding him? What does it say?
Well, they might, that looks like their family. It's like their family or fellow church congregants and stuff like that. People that just follow flock.
Yeah,
Because, I mean, but what you hear them saying, and I don't know if people can hear them saying, is this isn't a black thing. This is a you thing. That's what this man keeps saying. This isn't a black thing. It's a you thing.
your
Because-
policies are terrible for us.
Right. And well, no, and more importantly, that for him, they don't want him to be able to play any sort of scapegoat card like, oh, they're coming after me because I'm helping the black community. I'm helping them. So they're coming after me. You can't play the race card is basically what they're saying. This has nothing to do with a black thing. This is a you thing.
Yep, great.
have done unconscionable. You hurt our schools. Our streets are dirty. Our children are harassed by the police. This is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. You can shush me all you want, but the people are with us. And this is not a black day. This is a justice day.
First of all, I want to thank you for being here this morning, and I want to thank the supporters of all ethnic groups.
I hope he goes to jail.
Yeah, he's going down.
I hope he goes to prison. I'm having, if somebody like Marion Barry goes to prison for smoking crack, like, wasn't that the whole thing with smoking crack and there was a hooker or something, whatever, and not that I'm saying that's
Judging.
well, no, I'm not judging and I'm not anything. I'm not, but that had nothing to do with bribes from foreign governments. My understanding is that Eric Adams is being indicted on taking bribes from Turkey.
Yeah. That's foreign interference.
And I got no beef with Turkey. I got no beef with Turks.
Turkey is the one meat that I'll eat on occasion. That's about it.
Probably the Turk.